welcome again to Crankin Crafts. My name is Puna, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really simple and easy lei. This is what we call a braided lei, and for this project you need to have usually two different colors of ribbon. This is kind of nice because if you're doing it for graduation, for like schools, you can use, most of the schools will have two colors, so you can use one of each of their colors to make your lei. So we're gonna start today with two ribbons, and if you notice, both of these ribbons have these like cute little, this is called a picot edge ribbon. It's got these little loops at the ends. You can do that, or you can just do straight edge ribbon. It doesn't really matter. And in two different colors, as long as they are the same size. So this is a 1/4 inch ribbon with picot. And you're also gonna need some scissors for later on when you want to cut them, and that is it. So first we're going to start with the lei. The very first thing you do is leave a nice tail at the end, because this is going to be how you're going to tie your lei. And we're going to start by making a slip knot, which is simply making a loop and pulling another loop through like this. You start by making a slip knot. And for this lei, we're going to have to make sure that we keep the short tail, or the short end of our lei, right here, in the back, so behind of our work. And then, through this loop that we made with this slip knot, we're going to slip another loop. Once again, put your short end behind, and slip another loop into this loop. And pull tight. So if you pull tight, that's going to hold that loop in place. And now we have the very beginning of our lei. So two different colors. And all we're going to do now is go and continue making loops and putting them into the loops that are already made. So here's a loop, and insert it into this loop and pull tight. When we pull tight, we're pulling on the longer piece of ribbon, the one that's facing us, and pull tight. And same thing on this side. So you go back and forth to either side, making loops and pulling them, cinching them around the ribbon that you just put through. So there's a loop. Okay, and so we've changed the way that we're looking at our lei, because we thought maybe it might be easier for you to see if you're making it from my point of view. So what we're doing now is the same thing. I'm going to make a loop, insert it into the loop I already made, and then I'm pulling on this long piece of ribbon that's facing me and cinching down. And we're going to continue doing the same thing, loop into that loop and pull tight, loop into the loop and pull tight. And you just switch from color to color, back and forth, until you have the length of your lei made. Okay, so I'm going to stop at kind of a short little, maybe more like a ring rather than a lei here, because I'm going to show you how to finish the lei off. So when I've decided that I have the right length for my lei, I'm just going to finish up my last loop like I just did there, and I'm going to cut my ribbon off so that I have a long enough tail to tie at the end. So usually I give it about 6 to 12 inches. And insert this ribbon into my last loop and pull the loop tight. It's going to give you a nice little finished edge. It looks like the rest of the lei. And then we're going to cut the other end off, again leaving a nice tail to tie with. You can tie these two ends together in a knot if you want, just to secure it a little bit more. I usually do that. Just like that. And then to tie your lei together, you simply take the two ends. Of course, your lei is going to be a lot bigger than this, but you simply take the two ends and tie them into, if you want, a bow or something. So a finished lei that we have is, here's my ring, but the finished lei that we have is I want to say a little bit longer than 36 inches, a little bit more than 3 feet, and just long enough to sit nicely. I did what I said here, and I tied the two ends into a bow, just like that. And then if you want to This lei is always a good lei for a base for money. So you can make money medallions like this. If you like, all you do is fold your $5 or dollar bills, depending on, or $10 or $20, depending on how much you want to give. Accordion fold them, which is just folding like back and forth pretty evenly. So you have this kind of fanned accordion fold. And we're gonna take a ribbon and tie through the middle of this. So what I like to do is kind of crease so that we know we're at the center of the money, and then tie into a good knot. We're gonna take some double stick tape and tape the edges here so that when we fan them out, it will stick together and your money will hold its shape, just like this one. So what I did is, like I said, tape the edges and money's holding its shape. And then all you're gonna do is go ahead and add this to your lei. We have spaces because of the way that the lei was made. It's woven through. Okay, so it'll be a little bit easier if you put some tape on it, but if you can just put one in through part of that woven section. And what it is like there's a little puka, or a little hole here, and you can slip your ribbon underneath it. You have to do the same for the other side. Get that, there we go. And then pull tight and make sure you secure this really well because you don't want your money falling off. But you can tie into a knot back here, and then later on when your graduate wants to take their money, all they have to do is cut the string. They cut the ribbon off, but and then that way it just ends up being a nice base for a money lei. That's it. Thanks for joining us again. Have a good one.